What's up, guys? So I kind of had to do a thing here. So I've had my truck for a while. Mileage has been getting a little high, and it was time to find something else. And I had my eyes on a couple things and ended up going with this right here, right behind the garage here. So yeah, I got rid of the old silver bullet, but yeah, I got something else I can work on and maybe fix it up and do some things, and definitely do some forescan with it because it has some more modern sync systems and modules. So all right, so we're in the new truck. That's the old one out there. Deuce F150, you were good to me, man. There it is. Let me show you it real quick. So I like the color, right? I was between this and the cactus gray. I didn't get the Sasquatch package. I ended up buying these aftermarket. So these are the old ones right there. Those are for sale. And I did want to have the side mirror lights. I wanted the LED front. I wanted the 360 camera on it. So there's a lot of little things that I was looking for. The only thing I really didn't get and I really wanted was the V6. I couldn't get the V6, but this has a turbo 4-cylinder and it's pretty good. So I actually test drove one, liked it. I was like, yeah, I can go with it. I can go with that. I wanted a soft top. Now having it, it is pretty loud. You can really tell the difference between the soft top and hard top. But I liked having the ability or the convenience to be able to take it off, going out somewhere, and not having to worry about it raining or something going on, and putting it back on. So let me show you inside real quick. So it is the touchless, so there's locks and unlocks here, just like the Ford truck does. Pretty neat little intro here also that comes up with it. It's pretty cool. Let's turn this thing on. It has the goat modes, and again with forescan, I know you can change some of this stuff, so we're gonna play with that later. But from goat mode, it has a 12-inch screen, 360 camera. I mean, it looks pretty good all the way around. This is a very good quality camera also. The 2015 Sync, was it Sync 3 or Sync 2? Sync 2. It was not as good a quality. This is like really top notch. You can see here come on, we know the door's open. See, it has all these drive modes: normal, the sport, slippery, mud, rut, and sand. And you can add, so depending on what mode you put it in, it changes it changes 4x4 or 2x4, and it also changes the all-wheel drive system or not. Just this one here. And then the last thing it does is supposedly it also changes the throttle body, so the actual throttle adjustment and how fast and slow it closes. So yeah, one thing that I wish I would have got with it is the actual button for the garage door opener. It doesn't have it, so I have to buy I have to get an actual separate one. Oh, these aux switches, this is one of the things that I really wanted, and it doesn't come with all the models. Only some of them actually have this. I think the Badlands most do, but the like Outer Banks, which is the Outer Banks, some do, some don't. So top's really easy to come off. It's just a matter of putting 1 and 2, and this thing pops out. Let me show you what I did real quick with the top one day, like second day I had it. Yeah, lesson learned. So be mindful of the top whenever you're reversing into the garage. Luckily nothing broke, it just kind of bent it a little bit, but it all adjusted. Okay, another thing, it doesn't have as much storage as the F150 does. Like, it has a little tray here, and it has a pretty cool accessory place here also. It even says accessory ready. It doesn't have the hidden tray that the Ford has. It doesn't have the extra space that the truck had. And even this, there's no pocket here. I know they sell some inserts you can buy and make this a little pocket, but I don't know if it's worth it. So even in the center console here, man, there's not much space. It's just a little depth. There is something that has a tray in here that makes it so there's a top layer and a bottom layer, but I already ordered something for it and I'm gonna show you real quick. Okay, so first things I have to get for it are an actual tray so that you have a little bit more storage. I did get a better stubby antenna so that it doesn't have this huge antenna here. I got a little extra storage for this goes on top. I'm gonna show you in a bit where it goes, just to have a little extra storage. That's the main thing about this thing. It doesn't have very much storage except for the back. I mean, you can put a bunch of space in the back, put a bunch of stuff in the back. And I got these little struts. These go in the front for the hood because it has the actual, you know, like the kickstand for the hood instead of the struts to kind of hold it up. So I'm gonna add that to it real quick too. I don't really care for the stripe that's there. That's probably coming off, but I do like the Bronco, so I'm probably going to take this off and end up just putting a black Bronco emblem there. I did want the colored fenders. The Sasquatch package has regular black or gray fenders like this that are actually a little bit wider, probably about 2 inches wider, which I think you kind of lose the effect of the wide big tires on here with that extra width on the fender. So, but I wanted the color because I don't know, it just looks more like old school Bronco and less like a Jeep. All right, so let's start with the antenna here. Let's remove this antenna. All right, and put the new one in there. See what it looks like. These are where you can run it through the car wash or going through some shrubs and just, you don't have to mess with it. Nice. Boom. All right, so we're just gonna drop this in here. Just take everything out. Should just fall straight in. Has space where you can still use this. And even run the cord out that side or this side. And has the extra top tray on it too. Actually, I guess the cord would have to come out through here. Or no, it actually does have a space here in the corner. Yep. Or just make a little hole here, either way. All right, so we're gonna put a few things in here. Some shades, hand sanitizer. Probably don't need that in here, but extra charger. And a few pins. And put the top tray. And put some gum. Shades cleaner. And shades can go here. Although, kind of. I don't know how safe that is. It's kind of tight. So, here's what I did. Alright, so up here, just put this top up some. You can see where this goes here. I found this little tray online and it just clicks in there, and then you can actually throw shades and stuff in there. And you can actually have space for another one on that side, but I don't know, we'll see how this goes and see if I need it. Alright, so you kind of have to pull this back a little bit and then this out to put the clips in there. Then these clips just slide right in here. Sorry, right in here. And then once it slides in, you kind of snug this back part in that way. We'll see how it works. Alright, it's nice and snug. No, it is pretty like light rubber, but once it's snug in there, it doesn't move. So now we can put our shades in there. Top on or off, don't matter. Shade's gonna be there. We can probably put a couple things like a lighter or, I don't know, chapstick, something small. It's not bad. Let's put the top on and see what it looks like. So the top just slides right back. As long as it slides in there, done and done. I think that looks pretty clean. And there's shades there. So these didn't come with instructions, but it came with like 2 washers, 2 little like spacers, This is the clip to go on one side, and this is the, I guess you're bolting in to go on the other side. So see if we can figure this out. Because every time you open this thing up, you have to have a second hand. Let's see, look at this. Right there. It's not bad. I mean, this is the old school classic way of doing things, but if now there's technology like this, why not use it, right? Let's put this on there. Okay, so second hole from the hinge. The hinge is here, second hole. It's kind of same thing on both sides. So this is the easiest way to do this. So you're gonna kind of start threading this in a little bit, just enough for it to kind of stay on there so it doesn't fall. See, it stays on there now. And you just angle it in there. And then now as you turn it, it should stay. Turn a little bit. It might turn a little bit, but for the most part, it's gonna stay just tight. So now we're gonna get a little 12mm wrench and tighten that up. Not crazy tight, but just tight. Okay, so now this is nice and tight. Now they did say you want to make this as, let me loosen it up a little bit because I think I might be a little too low here. All the way up to the top. There. So this one doesn't matter how it lands as long as it's nice and smooth, tight. These do matter because you can't put this one on this side because you can see it'll stick in. So this obviously goes on the other side, the driver's side. And then you need the other one to go on this side so that the ball will actually connect to this side here like that. See? And this goes in here. Kind of hard to see, but right there. I think it's 13mm. We'll double check in just a bit. Taking the bolt all the way out so we can slide it in between the attachment. Do not drop this bolt. It could easily get lost down there. Okay, so passenger side, same thing. It's that one right there. It's funny how it already has like even the cutout for it. So it's like it was built for it, but it just wasn't installed. That side is almost enough to hold it up. I mean, removing this thing, it barely comes down. So yeah, 2 of these is going to do well. I'm not putting the washers in here because I feel like it already has this and this other washer. I don't think it really needs it. And I noticed some kits didn't even have it. So there's this wiring that goes right here. Sorry. You put it on top or on bottom. I think that side I put it on bottom, but here I'm going to put it on top. Kind of keep it out of the way. Alright, so that's nice and tight and straight. That's straight. Now this is what we're going to do. This here, see how it's at an angle like that? This goes here. And it just snaps in really. Just like that, click. And then this one, oh crap, it didn't go in. Because that one's in. Let's try this again. I'm going to remove this here. Remove it. Pick this up. There it goes. Okay, so that's on. That's on. So no bolts, screws, or anything left out. Oh yeah, let's put this back where it goes. So this kind of goes here and here. So you can kind of see how it just pops it right up. Nice. And closed. Alright guys, that's it. Accessories added. Now the plan is to go, I don't know, 2, 3, maybe 4 inches high, depending on how high I can get it with still getting in the garage. Putting some pod lights on the pillars, maybe winch and bumper, maybe a bigger tires in the back eventually. Maybe a different top, hard top, angle top. What are those bimini tops or like bikini tops? Those things that are just like covering it. Yeah. So tell me what you think, guys. Goodbye, not so goodbye. I feel like I like it. I've been driving it for a couple weeks. I enjoy it. It seems like a fun vehicle. I can't wait to kind of deck it out a little bit more. And then we'll see if we transition to another new F-150. Maybe King Ranch, maybe Platinum, maybe just Lariat. I don't know. We'll see what happens in a couple years. I saw that new 2024 models came out. They look nice. They have a little more edginess to them. So that sounds pretty cool, but I can't buy them new. I'm gonna wait a couple years at least, so we'll see how long this lasts. If I keep it, but Force Scan coming soon too. I can't wait to remove the double hunk on this.